What a month it's been, this Rob Reiner retro review month, where I watched When Harry Met Sally for the first time and rewatched The Princess Bride for an innumerable amount of times. This week's review is A Few Good Men, and the cast of this movie is just off the charts. Kiefer Sutherland, Kevin Bacon, Tom Cruise, Demi Moore, Jack Nicholson. The list goes on. Everybody just serves their role so well. There's one word that really resonates with me when it comes to this movie, and that is purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Every character believes in purpose. Everyone sees that what they have done or are doing serves their purpose. So after the open rolls, I'm going to talk about A Few Good Men. How the times they do change. Well, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba in the 90s and Guantanamo Bay, Cuba in the 2000s aren't the same place and they don't serve the same purpose, but it does stand out when you see it because of what it goes on to become, that being, a holding facility for the war on terror. This group of Marines, man, it takes me back to my time in the army when I see the the running, the marching, the the discipline, and seeing William Santiago fall behind was also something that everybody experiences at one time or another, whether you are the person or you see somebody fall behind. Then hearing him do the voiceover, requesting for a new assignment, that I can say I can't relate to, but it is understandable, realizing that you feel as though you're not serving your purpose, that you're not in the right place. However, this letter and the idea that he believes he can get out is what leads to him getting gone, unfortunately, because he knows of something, a shot being fired, that he's willing to talk about if only they'll move him. And inevitably that leads to his untimely demise. But when we meet Dan Caffey, Tom Cruise's character, and he is just a carefree, softball loving, well, baseball in general loving young gun, it's such a stark contrast, the idea of the Marines in Guantanamo Bay and, I mean, all of the naval officers in DC. Because while Demi Moore is clearly serving her purpose, she is clearly dedicated. Everybody is leisure time other than her. They're playing basketball, just laid back, having a good time. And I'm not anti good time. It's just it shows the contrast between the folks who are armed and the folks who are disarmed. When Caffey gets assigned the case and Demi Moore is dissatisfied, I like her drive to get onto the case, whether it's via Aunt Jenny or using her superior ranking. It shows that she is willing to do what it takes to accomplish what she believes needs to be done. And yeah, I think that her character really helps Tom Cruise's character to not give up, to not take the easy way out, because she sees his willingness to buck authority when it comes to telling Jack Nicholson that he needs the flight logs and the transporter and all that, that she sees that as a sign that he actually can be a great lawyer. And the idea that the guys who are accused, well, I mean, the complicated thing about the case is almost nothing, or not nothing, but very little is in question, because the Marines that are accused of killing Santiago admit that they did what led to his no longer being around. But thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more. But most importantly, the story itself. They say they did it because they were ordered to. And of course, you know, their superiors say, oh, no, no, we said don't touch Santiago. Furthermore, there's talk of poison, and the guys are like, we didn't poison him. And so it's very nuanced, the things that the prosecution and the defense are bringing up. And so when you get to the conclusion, the very famous conclusion that people have said Jack Nicholson delivered the same every time that he did the scene, which is a testament to his steadfast nature, his ability to always bring it, because I can say for sure that each time I record, I can't always bring that exact same energy, but supposedly, no matter what they were shooting, whether it was Tom Cruise or Kevin Bacon or reactions, Jack Nicholson's performance was always the exact same level of you can't handle the truth, because that is the most iconic part of this movie, or it's what puts it over the top. Like, don't get me wrong, the purpose-driven nature of the characters, very relatable and engaging. But without that strong finish where Jack Nicholson doesn't believe that he is doing wrong, but revealing that he ordered the code red because, you know, he believes it was for the best, that is the thing that makes this, to me, a 7 out of 5 stars film. It puts it in that perfect echelon, because when you are, and that's the thing about so many of the characters, it's not just Jack Nicholson, but it's also Kiefer Sutherland and Kevin Bacon. All these characters, they know what drives them to do what they do, thus makes it so much, it makes it so easy to believe when they say what they say, because you can feel it. And with that, the finish where basically Jack Nicholson's character is Jessup. He's basically daring Tom Cruise's Caffey to go that extra mile, to step over the line and to challenge him on his authority. And I think it comes down to that moment of hesitation where Tom Cruise is thinking, and Jack Nicholson gets up off the witness stand because he thinks it's all said and done and over, and he says, I didn't relieve you. You can sit back down and answer more questions. And at that point, when it feels like that the turn happens, where Jack Nicholson's character is going to slip up and make the error. And yeah, it's well worth the watch. I've watched A Few Good Men multiple times, but it hits. I think the only thing that doesn't have the same weight upon review is them believing Kiefer Sutherland was the one who ordered the code red, because when you hear it and you've seen the movie multiple times, then you know it isn't coming from Kiefer Sutherland, and it's coming from the tip top and Jack Nicholson. And so when I heard them saying that it was him, then I was like, oh well, they're, you guys are close but not quite there yet, and that's okay. It's just a thing that happens when you've watched a movie more than one time, is that you know what the twist is coming. And even this twist wasn't that big of a twist, because Jessup was so large and in charge. Any order basically would have came from the top, because that's the kind of guy that he is. But yeah, I recommend watching A Few Good Men, and if it hasn't become clear, I kind of think that it's a pretty good shout that I recommend watching Rob Reiner films, because, yeah, did good work, such a diverse catalog. When Harry Met Sally is different from The Princess Bride, and The Princess Bride and A Few Good Men totally different, but all quality films in their own way. Next week, to end out the Rob Reiner month of movie reviews, will be Stand By Me, which doesn't I don't want to say it stars one of my favorite actors of all time, but he's in it, and he's not the lead, but he's there. But the man who would go on to become Quinn Mallory, Jerry O'Connell, is here with many others, Wesley Crusher and Corey Feldman. It's the coming of age tale, and yeah, Stand By Me is next week.